Good evening, ma'am.
Am I audible now? Yes? Fine. So how many students were there in a previous class? May I get to know? Come on, speak up.
Ma'am, I wasn't there.
Okay. Okay, no issues. Currently, 4 participants are there. All 3 of you and the me. Okay, no issues. I'm gonna share the screen. I think I gave you yesterday few questions. How many of you have solved it? Only Preetham. What about you? Dhananjay, na? Dhananjay and Jaswant. Right?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Both of you have not gone through the questions. Is it true? Yeah. Why it is so? Oh my God. Why you have not solved? What's the reason?
Ma'am,
Was it too difficult?
no, ma'am, I didn't attended the starting 2 to 3 classes, so I am lagging behind. So I just
Okay, fine. Let it be. Let me check where I am. And how I can share this with you. Fine. Shall I take the question till the time? Will you write it? Yeah. Because what I feel, what I'm observing now, whatever I'm teaching, you're not practicing by yourself. You should practice it. Then only you'll understand in thorough manner, means like thoroughly. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to keep the things in your mind. Right? Chemistry is not that easy as you means like taking it. And I hope all 3 of you are aware of it. Correct? Fine. So I think I'll go to the questions, but then it won't be in sequential manner because like the PDF which I have uploaded, that sequence and the sequence which I have, it's not matches with each other. So we will go for this question first. I hope all of you have those questions. If not, then you can write with me. Shall I write? Yeah. Preetham, Dhananjay, and Jaswant. Please let me know. Shall I write that question?
Yes, ma'am.
So maybe sequence here and there, but then you have to manage with this. In an organic compound, molar mass 108 gram mole inverse, right? Carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen atoms are present. In the ratio 9:1:3.5. This is a ratio which is given, right? What would be the molecular formula? They ask you to calculate what? Molecular formula. Are you going to do this now? Tell me. Just one, what you will do for this problem? Pritam, Dhananjay. Come on, whatever would be your idea, you can share with me, right? It's okay. You're not writing your board examination or your JEE final examination right now. So if you're wrong, that's fine. No issues. Come on, tell me what you will do. Just one, what you will do with this? Check the problem, what is given to you. Organic compound is given. It consists how many elements? 3 elements. First element is a carbon, second is hydrogen, and third one is a nitrogen. Okay. They are giving us a ratio of these 3 elements. 9 as
Ma'am,
2.
the gave we need to find like
What you
a
have to find
number
here? Moles, right? Moles
moles.
of each element. Correct?
And the sum of all is 108.
Yes. So for that reason, to find out, to
Yes.
find the mole, what you're going to do, you have to divide it with their atomic masses of that particular element. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So how are you going to do that? First of all, write down your elements. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Sorry, not oxygen. They would be nitrogen. Correct? Right? Ratio is given us, that is 9 as to 1 as to 3.5. Correct? You have to find out its mole. For that, you're going to divide it by their atomic mass. 12, here it is 1, and here it will be 14. What would be the ratio? Then you have to find out the number of moles. How many carbon should be there? If I simplify this, 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, correct? You will get 3 by 4 moles of carbon, 1 mole of hydrogen, and this will be what? Come on, tell me what it would be.
Zero point
3.5.
0.25.
Here it is 14. Do this, what you will get?
0.25.
0.5 by 2.
Tell me in fraction.
0.5 by 2.
0.5 by 2. Are you sure? Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
It's very surprising that you're not able to do this calculation as well. Check it will be the fraction or what. So you get this fraction. You must be get 0.25. Check it. Will you? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
This would be near about value 0.25, right? If you do this fraction. And 0.25 is nothing but 1 by 4, correct? Yeah. Now these are in fractions. You have to convert it into whole number. To convert it into whole number, what you're going to do? You will multiply each term by 4. Correct? Yeah. This is your third step while calculating the empirical formula. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, number of times I have explained you. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now this 4 get cancelled. 4 ones are 4. So number of moles of hydrogen would be, a number of atoms of hydrogen would be 4 in the empirical formula. And here this 4 get cancelled. So only one nitrogen. So empirical formula would become what? C3, right? H how many? 4 and N, correct?
C3.
Will be your empirical formula. They ask you to calculate the
Molecular formula.
molecular formula, correct? Yes or no? So molecular mass is given to you 108 gram, right?
108.
Molecular mass is equal to 108. Fine. Empirical mass or empirical weight you can calculate. Empirical formula mass would be what that you calculate. See how it will be. 3 atoms of carbon plus 4 atoms of hydrogen plus 1 atom of nitrogen. Do the summation. 3 into 12 plus 4 into 1 plus 1 into 14. Let me know what would be the value. Hurry up. Dhananjay, you also have to do this calculation. Don't sit quietly, okay? And have to involve in the conversation yourself. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Am I audible to you or not?
54.
Okay, fine.
54.
54, correct? Yes. So this is 54. Now what you have to do, you have to, you know the relation in between molecular formula and the empirical formula, isn't it? Shall I erase it? This problem.
Ma'am.
Yeah. What is the relation in between empirical formula and the molecular formula? Molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So N value you can calculate if you know the
3,
molecular
3, 3.
formula mass.
3.
Yes, you can you can calculate it, right?
3.
Yes or no? Molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula, you know. Empirical formula mass is equal to N into molecular formula mass is equal to N into empirical formula mass. That is also correct, right? So what we are going to do, N is equal to molecular formula weight upon empirical formula weight. By this, you're going to calculate the value of N. That is 108, which is divided by how much? 54, which you have calculated. Correct? What would be the value?
3.
3, right? You get the value of N. And hence now you can find out your molecular formula. What it will be? Come on.
9H12 N3.
Yes, empirical formula is there with you. So molecular formula is equal to 3 means N into empirical formula, which is equal to 3 in bracket C3H4N. And as I told you, when you multiply with any integer to the formula, that time you have to multiply to the number of atoms, and that numbers you need to write it as a suffix. I told you earlier already, right? So C333 is how much? 9?
9, 9.
Yes.
C9H12 N3.
12 and N3.
3.
This will be your molecular formula. And which option is given to you guys for that? You might be getting, you got the option or not? I think it would be 2, beta. It's not 3. 54 twos are 2. It won't be. It won't be 3. I believe on you and I did calculation accordingly, so it would be wrong, right?
Sorry.
Yeah. So that would be what?
C6.
Yeah.
C6 H8.
Yeah. What you will get over here?
C6 H8 N2.
Write down 2 multiplied by the empirical formula, you get C6 H8 N2. Correct?
Yeah.
Fine. Any query? Anything is there in your mind which I'm not understanding this problem? If it is so, please let me know. Understood?
Yes,
okay. Okay. We'll go for the next question now. Fine. So the next question is, I guess, the previous one. Yeah. The sulfate of metal M, correct? Sulfate of metal M contains 9.87% of metal. Correct? This sulfate is isomorphous with ZnSO4.7H2. Correct? The atomic weight of M is? How are you going to calculate this? Read the problem carefully. Jaswant. Jaswant, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Please read it. What is given? The sulfate of metal is given, right? And metal is denoted as a capital M in this problem. And the percentage of metal is 9.87, correct? And they said like this metal is isomorphous with ZnSO4.7H2. Correct? Means instead of zinc, there would be what? M. So your formula for the metal, it would be what? MSO4.7H2. Then only we can say these two are isomorphous with each other, correct? You have to calculate the atomic weight of M. How are you going to do that? Tell me. How are you going to calculate the percentage of metal? Percentage of metal is equal to weight of metal divided by the molecular mass of your compound, whatever it would be, or formula unit mass. As it is ionic compound, we can say formula unit mass of a compound multiply with 100. In that way, you can calculate your percentage, correct? So percentage of metal, how I'm going to calculate? Percentage of metal is equal to your metal, whatever it would be the weight of metal, fine, would be formula of MSO4 dot 7H2O's molecular mass or formula unit mass, that should be multiplied by 100, correct? Yes, Preetam?
Yes, ma'am.
Jaswant, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now what we are going to do, the percentage is already given. That is how much? 9.87,
7.
which is equal to how much? Metal, whatever it would be, pure metal, right? Go for the SO4's total atomic mass, means do the sulfur, one sulfur and how many? 4 oxygen, and then 7 into H2O. Molecular mass of H2O is nothing but 18. Everybody is aware. If you don't know, you can calculate, right? Fine. So here it will be what now? 32 plus 4 into 16, right? Plus 7 into 18. 18 for water molecule. Okay, what would be the total? 9.87 is equal to M upon, this will be multiplied by 100. That's remain. Multiplied by 100 is very important because we are calculating percentage. Now, your M upon, you will get M plus, this summation would be what? 16 posa. 16 posa
64.
plus 32, that will be 96, correct? Plus 18, 18 sevens are 126, correct? Do this calculation and calculate the value of M. Do you know the one variable equation, how to solve? Yes or no? You know or not? If no,
Yes,
I'll explain you. Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Go for it and calculate the value of M. You will get the weight of, it's like atomic weight of M. Isn't it? What you're going to do here? See. Sure. Multiplied by 100 is there, right? This 100 multiplied with M, you will get here 9.87 is equal to 100 M upon what it would be M plus total. M plus total, what it will be? 222. Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Go for the cross multiplication. 9.87 in bracket M plus 222 is equal to 100 M. Correct? You'll get 9.87 M plus this 9.87 multiplied by 222 is equal to 100 M. In this way, you can calculate the value of M. Can you? Can you? Yes, no, say something.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Are we going to do that? Yeah. Check, do this subtraction. How you're going to do here? 100 m that side. Okay, this is a positive value. It shift that side and become minus negative. 9.87 m is equal to this calculation. What you will get, check. I hope you may get to 191.14 kind of things. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you've done this, do this subtraction. Okay. What is the value of subtraction in this now? Value of subtraction would be, I guess, 100 minus 9.8. It will be 90.13 m, which is equal to 2191.14. And the m is equal to 2. Multiplied, it moves that side, it become divide. 2191.4 upon 90.13. So do this division, you will get the value of m, right? Weight of metal.
Yes, ma'am.
What you will get here? Speak loudly. I should hear your words, right? If it is wrong, that's fine. Okay, don't get afraid by doing mistake, but then learn from those mistakes. That is very important.
1 minute.
Pritam, what you got?
1 minute, ma'am.
Just one. What is your calculation? Dhananjay, you got disconnected.
Ma'am, it's 24 approximately.
I was disconnected, but I joined again.
Okay, fine. So you understood it. Yes, it will be what, 24.31%, right? And I think this value is given in your option.
24.3.
This value was given in your options. I think this value is given as an option number C, I guess, correct?
Yeah.
Option number C is given in your previous, like those questions, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So understood? Any query about this problem? Not understand a kind of things?
No.
Understood thoroughly, fine, good. So I'm gonna erase it. I'll give you the other problem, which we have, it's like kind of different problem where they have given you pressure and all those things. So how you have to utilize it, because yesterday only we have seen how pressure and temperature affect, right, on a density. Yes or no? We have learned about the different types of density now yesterday.
Yeah.
What we have learned yesterday, anybody can elaborate? Brief manner. It's like you don't have to explain it, just brief about it. Yes, just one.
Vapor density, specific
Very
gravity.
good. Density. Then specific gravity, right? Then we have learned about density. Yeah, relative density, right? Density is mass upon volume. Relative density is regarding with reference standard. One reference standard density is compare two substance with that. When you compare it with the water, then it is specific gravity. And with water, we compare it at the temperature 4 degrees Celsius, right? And when it compare with a hydrogen gas, then it is vapor density. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? And if vapor density is given to you, it is related to the molecular formula as well, because molecular formula is equal to 2 into vapor density. Correct? And why 2? Yes, Pritam, why 2? Why we have to multiply it by 2? Because molecular mass of hydrogen is 2.
2.
Okay, that you need to keep it in your mind. And write down the problem. A gaseous compound of I'll write. Please, gaseous compound gaseous compound is composed of 85.7% by mass carbon and 14.3% by mass hydrogen. Its density is 2.28 gram per liter at 300 Kelvin and 1.0 atmospheric pressure. Determine the molecular formula of compound. What you have to do in this, you have to determine the molecular formula of compound. How are you going to do that? What all things are given and how you're going to calculate the density. A very important formula I'm going to give you over here. It's quite important. You have to write down density is equal to P M upon R. Tell me what all these things. What all these things? What is P? What is M? What is R? What is T? And here, first of all, we are going to calculate the mass. Molecular mass you will get. Then you have to calculate the value for N, and then you will get the molecular formula later. Empirical mass you will get first, then N value, and then the molecular. Correct?
So what do you mean by PM by RT?
Room temperature, pressure, and this is a mass.
What is
Right?
PM?
M is nothing but a mass.
PM.
When you calculate the M, you will get the empirical formula mass. Correct?
RT is room temperature, right?
Yes. RT is room temperature and pressure is given to you. So first of all, you have to calculate the molecular mass, right? So M is equal to how much? D. This RT is divided, it goes that side, it become multiplied. You'll get D RT upon P. Correct? Yes. What is the density given to you? Density here in the problem is already given 2.28, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Room temperature is what? They have given the temperature here 300, right?
300 Kelvin.
300 Kelvin. But then you have to, this is what gaseous compound is composed of, 85.7%, right?
Yes.
Isn't it? So that you need to convert it into grams. Percentage by mass of carbon and percentage by mass of hydrogen is given to you. Yeah. What equation is there, right? Ideal gas equation, right?
Yes.
How many of you are aware of that?
No.
In that you take the value of R in that ideal gas equation, you take the value of R or not? What it will be? Please write down at the corner somewhere, value of R would be 0.8. So 0.0821. This value of R you need to take for the ideal gas whenever any gaseous substance would be given, because these substances are in gaseous state. This is very, very important word in this problem. Highlight it. Okay? Understand? So value of R you have to take 0.0821.
Why?
Yes, Preetham.
Why do you take it?
Sorry?
Why do you take 0.081?
That's what I told you. This is a gaseous state compound. So whenever we see the ideal gas equation, in that we have to take the value of R. That is 0.0821. This is a constant. Gaseous constant. Okay. And you will get to know in your physical chemistry in upcoming chapters about it. Okay. Because when we are going to learn about the thermodynamics, you will get more clear idea about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. So currently you have to take 0.0821. 300 is your temperature and the pressure is given, that is 1 atmosphere. Go for it and calculate the value of M, mass, total mass, what we will get. What is the value of M? Do this calculation and let me know.
$56.15.
56.15. Okay. This will be gram mole inverse. This is the value of mass, molecular mass. Okay. For our information, we are going to keep it in that manner. Now, you have to find the empirical formula of the compound. How are you going to find the empirical formula of the compound? They have given only two elements are present, carbon and hydrogen, correct? And the percentage is also given, that is 85.7%, and another is 14.3%, correct? Yes or no? So how many carbon and how many hydrogens are present in empirical formula? How you will calculate? These percentage you are going to take in the gram form, right? As to how many? 14.3. You have to divide it by their atomic masses. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, atomic masses here is 12 and here it is 1. Correct? Do the subtraction. This will be obvious. Sorry, do this division. This will be obviously 14.3 as it is because it's divided by 1. What would be the division of these two?
7.14.
Very good. That is 7.14. And the ratio of these two, 7 ones are 7 and 7 twos are 14, correct? So these are into the ratio 1:2, nearly. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So carbon and hydrogen in the ratio in the formula, empirical formula, that is CH2. Correct? Yes or no? Correct?
Yes,
Yeah. So here, check the answer, what exactly I'm going to tell you. So carbon as to hydrogen ratio is 1:2. So your empirical formula becomes CH2. But then molecular formula would be what now? Molecular formula is equal to how much?
total mass divided by.
Molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. We don't know the value of N, but then we know the molecular mass and we know the empirical formula now. So we can calculate empirical mass as well, correct? Yes or no? Empirical mass we are able to calculate or not?
Yes,
By
ma'am.
knowing the formula, fine. So calculate it now. Empirical weight, empirical formula weight. Empirical formula weight is equal to how many? 12 for the carbon plus 2 for the hydrogen. That is equal to 14, correct? And molecular formula weight that we have already calculated here, that is equal to how much? 56.15, right? So we know the relation. We can calculate the value of N over here. How? N is equal to N is equal to N is equal to here what? Molecular mass, right? Molecular formula weight or molecular formula mass upon empirical formula weight. Correct? Somebody is writing something here. Somebody text me what? 4.1. Yeah, correct. See what you will get here? N is equal to 56.15 upon 14, correct? And this is N equal to 4. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have an empirical formula. So molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula, correct? Which is equal to 4 into your empirical formula CH2. So it becomes C4H4 to the 8. Your molecular formula. for this compound. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that R value is very important in this problem. Whenever gaseous state problem would come, R value you have to take 0.0821.
1.
Okay, write down somewhere, it's very important. Okay, and when we learn about the thermodynamics in that chapter, you will get clear about why we have to take R value in that manner. It's a constant term. Okay, fine. Shall I erase this? We'll move to the next problem now. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Go for the next. I'll erase it now. Write on the problem, 44 gram of sample on complete combustion. Forty-four gram of sample on complete combustion gives 88 grams CO2 and 36 grams of water. The molecular formula of compound may be how are we going to calculate this? Calculate the number of moles of CO2. Calculate the number of moles of water. Do it fast. How many grams of CO2 forms? 88 grams of CO2. 36 grams of H2O. Calculate the number of moles of each. How are we going to calculate? CO2 given mass 88 gram divided by its molecular mass. Carbon dioxide's molecular mass would be 12 plus 2 into 16. So 32 plus 12 is equal to 44, correct?
44. 2.
Equal to
2.
2 mole. Yeah?
Yeah.
Then for the water H2O?
36.
Yeah, that is equal to how much?
36
Sure,
by
36
18.
divided by 18 because at molecular mass of the water is 18. 2 plus 16, correct? Yeah. So how many moles?
2.
How many moles? 2 moles of H2O, correct?
Yes.
Yes or no? Now for the carbon, if we see here, how many carbons would be, how many carbon moles into this, how many hydrogen moles into this? Can you tell me? 2 moles of CO2 consist only 2 carbon, isn't it? One carbon dioxide molecule consists how many carbon? 1 carbon. So 1 carbon dioxide mole consists only 1 carbon mole. Like that, 2 moles of carbon dioxide consist only 2 moles of carbon. Means it consists 2 mole of carbon, correct?
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah. What about this H2O now? What about hydrogen? How many moles of hydrogen would present?
4.
4. Why? Because one molecule, 1 mole of H2O will consist 2 hydrogen. H2O is the formula. And because of that, here, how many hydrogen? 4 moles of hydrogen. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now what we have to do? Mass of carbon plus mass of hydrogen plus mass of oxygen you have to do. Okay? And that is equal to how much? Calculate. Go for it fast. Excuse me. Okay, no issues. Understood? What you're going to do now, you have to calculate the total mass, mass of carbon, mass of hydrogen, and mass of oxygen. That is equal to how much? Do the summation.
Of what?
Combustion is given to you. They have given you a carbon dioxide has been formed. water molecule has been formed. So you have to do the summation of mass, like carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. It's mass summation you have to do. And how much it will be, that you need to tell me. Carbon, right? 4 moles of hydrogen. How many oxygen would be there then?
2.
Total is 44 gram of carbon dioxide forms. Value of X you have to calculate. How many oxygen would be present in that particular formula, you have to calculate in that manner. Correct?
Yes.
Understood or not? What we have got here, what is the complete weight of sample? 44 gram, correct? Yeah. Right? In this, what we come to know, 1 carbon dioxide has 2 moles of carbon, right? And 2 moles of water molecule consists 4 moles of hydrogen. So total mass we have to calculate. So total mass of the elements get after combustion will be your mass of carbon plus mass of hydrogen plus mass of oxygen, correct? But then oxygen mass is not given in this. Is it given? Not given. So we have to find out how many oxygens would be present, because there would be 2 carbon, 4 hydrogen, but then how many oxygens are present, we are not aware. Total mass they have given us, that is 44 gram of a sample, which is equal to here how many moles of carbon? 2 into 12, right? Plus how many moles of hydrogen? 4 into 1 plus X we consider for the oxygen, correct? Yeah?
Yeah.
Now it will be what? 44 is equal to 12 to the 24 plus 4, right? Plus X. What you will get?
38. 38.
This is only 4, okay? What you get here?
28.
X value you calculate. 44 minus how much now? This 24 and 4 become 30, na? Minus 30 is equal to X. So X is equal to, I think, 16. Yeah? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I wrong? No, I'm not. I'm wrong, I guess. 24 and this 4 is 28, na? It will be 8.
18.
28, yeah. 28. It won't be 30, 28. And then it will be 16, correct? Yeah. Now X is equal to 16, but then only one oxygen has a atomic mass 16. So how many oxygens would be present in the formula? Only one. Understand? So you have how many carbons would be in a formula? Now already we have calculated here 2. How many hydrogen? 4. And only one oxygen. This is your molecular formula. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? C2H4O. Please write down. One more problem is there that is quite lengthy. So I'll post its answer. If you want, I have that answer right now. If you want to copy, you can, right? I'll share with you. Have you written this? Dhananjay, Preetham, you wrote or not? Let me know. Preetham, you wrote?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Written.
Fine, please write down. I hope you understand how to solve this. Yeah. First of all, you have calculated the number of moles of carbon dioxide, number of moles of hydrogen. Then by knowing the number of atoms present in that particular molecule, you have calculated the number of moles of carbon and the hydrogen. But then oxygen moles are not given. So for the oxygen, you have compare it with your total mass, right? By knowing the number of moles, you calculate the weight of oxygen. And by like knowing, you know that how many atomic mass, what is the atomic mass for oxygen? It's 16. So when 16 mass divided by 16, there would be only one atom of oxygen or only 1 mole of oxygen. And hence your formula would become C2H4O. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So just I'll stop this screen share and I'll share the another screen. There you'll get the answer for problem. Purposely, I downloaded and kept because I don't want to write this much things. So this is about your insecticides problem, right? First problem I gave you for the insecticide yesterday, right? Shall I dictate it if you want? Daldrine as an insecticide contains carbon, hydrogen, chlorine, and oxygen. Combustion of 29.72 milligram of daldrine gave 41.21 gram of CO2 and 5.63 milligram of water molecule. In a separate analysis, 25.31 milligram of daldrine was converted into 57.30 milligram of AgCl. What is the empirical formula of daldrine? They have asked you the empirical formula of daldrine. Okay. So if you want, you can take a screenshot of it. Okay, refer it. If you face any difficulty, not understood anything about it, please let me know. I'll explain you because time is up, right? And I have any other class as well. So, okay, fine. So shall I stop share? Take a screenshot, Dhananjay.
Yes, ma'am, I can. Okay.
Okay, you understand whatever I taught because I think only for today is your first day, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why it is so? Why you have missed your previous classes?
Ma'am, actually, my exams were done on 13th March. Huh.
Yeah,
So
you're
I
dealing
was
with state board award.
so I was not willing to attend classes. So I asked my father. He said you can listen after 3 to 4 days. So
Okay,
I
okay,
took a
no
break.
issues. So henceforth you're going to attend continuously, right?
Yes, ma'am, I will attend that.
Okay, fine. Actually, the point is what? Because I should go for the base again. I have to revise few concepts where you were absent, right? So
Okay.
I'll explain. Already I have shared the notes with you, I guess, right? Go through it
Yes.
once. And if you
Okay.
face any difficulty, you can ask me.
Okay.
Fine?
Okay.
Yeah. Pritam, you are facing any difficulty? Pritam, I don't know where. Okay, no. Fine, thumbs up. Okay. So take care, students. We'll meet tomorrow again, same time, 5:45. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Yeah.